Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna install macOS Ventura on my computer. So why I make the video install such an old, like it's released from 2 years ago. So you guys are wondering why I'm installing macOS Ventura, because I'll install it because I remember the first macOS version I've ever touched is macOS Ventura. So today I will install it back on my personal computer. So I remember that is my first time using a Macbook Pro 2017 that my uncle let me, but I saw it. So now let's begin to install macOS Ventura to see how well does it run in 2025. Now go on your browser. Now you type Olaria vanilla images here. Now you're gonna visit on the first website. Scroll down until you find a Ventura Olaria. You can see here. But my computer has got the Olaria Ventura images, so I need to download it. Now, to begin the installation part, you need a 16GB USB at least, because this images is about 15 GB on USB. So you can see here size on disk. When it extract more, it's gonna contain 15 GB on your USB stick. So you will need to make sure 16 GB USB is minimum. So I've plugged in my USB, but it won't show up the notification because here you can see this is my USB contain macOS. That is, I tried to install macOS Mavericks on my mom's laptop. It comes from my mom's laptop like 2012. So I've tried to install macOS Mavericks. So here is my USB that contains macOS Mavericks, but I don't install macOS Mavericks on my computer. I install macOS Ventura. Now, next is you're gonna download an EFI folder. Now visit the first website. Now scroll down till you find the OpenCore desktop. Remember, if you're using a desktop, you're gonna choose OpenCore desktop. If using a notebook, choose OpenCore notebook. Now, to check your CPU codename, which is the EFI folder to use, you're gonna click on CPU Z, or if you don't have, you're gonna download. Here it is the setup, but I've installed it. Now I'm gonna launch CPU Z. Now as you can see, my CPU codename is Coffee Lake. So I'm gonna use a Coffee Lake EFI for this. Now the next thing is you're gonna download proprietary. Remember, I will put the links in the description, so make sure to check it. Now you're gonna download Jensen BIOS. Now you're gonna download Explore Plus Plus. Now you're gonna download Banana Etcher. Now you're gonna download Mini Tool, Partition Wizard. Now once it's done, you're gonna close your browser. Now you can see here's my software and images here. So first you're gonna extract the property in the EFI folder. Now you're gonna open the property. Click on open. Now select your EFI folder. Now you're gonna choose your SM BIOS. So I'll also put the links in the description. So my CPU's the i3 9th generation is come from 2018, so I will use the Mac Mini for my 2018 graphics card. So you can see here Mac Mini is for desktop, so I'm gonna use Mac Mini 8,1 for this. Now I'm gonna change the system product name. Because when you change it, it's gonna reduce the chance of error when you install macOS. Also change the system family too. Alright, so we finished. Now close and save the config file. Now next is we're gonna generate SM BIOS. Now you're gonna run it as administrator. Now go back to your EFI folder. Now you're gonna copy the config file. Now choose number 2. Drag the config file into the CMD. Now click enter. Now you're gonna click on number 3. Now you can see here my Mac Mini is 8,1. It is Coffee Lake, so I'm gonna use Mac Mini 8,1 for this. Alright, so the next thing is we're gonna flashing the USB by using Banana Etcher. Now you're gonna click on Flash from File. Locate your macOS install file location. Now I'm gonna use Ventura instead of Sequoia. Now I'm gonna select my USB. Now click on Flash. So at this point, you're gonna wait for your USB. Alright, so my USB has been flash finished. So to prove it, as you can see here, this is my USB, just only 13.65 gigs left, and it just has got 619 megabytes, and it used 13.65 gigs. So the next thing is you're gonna install Virtual Partition Wizard. Now you're gonna scroll down and find your USB. So my USB is here. It is EFI 532. So I'm gonna change the letter. Now you're gonna close the application. Now extract Explorer++. Now you can see here is the EFI, so double click and then delete the EFI here. Delete all the EFI here. Now go back to your download folders and now choose EFI here, EFI folder here. Copy. Now paste it in your EFI partition. Now, when it's finished, you're gonna restart your computer again. Alright, so I'm gonna restart my computer. Now, during the restart process, I'm gonna spam BIOS key first. Now you're gonna go to Advanced and choose for me PCH storage configuration. Now remember change the SATA to AHCI. Now next go to boot and then turn off fast boot. Now go to boot configuration. No. Now go to secure boot. Remember to disable the secure boot. If the secure boot on, you're gonna click on clear secure boot keys, and if you want to enable it again, you can click on install default secure boot keys. Now save and exit. Now you're gonna spam the boot menu key. Now you're gonna choose your EFI, USB, or open core. So I'm gonna go with EFI, USB disk. Now you're gonna choose the install macOS Ventura. Alright, you're gonna wait for it to load. Alright, so first you're gonna choose this utility. Now you're gonna select your disk. I'm gonna go with macOS BS because it's contain macOS Big Sur on it. Now I'm gonna choose erase. And now you're gonna name again. So this Mac volume is macOS, my macOS Sequoia. So I want to erase it. So this is macOS Big Sur. I'm gonna change it. So I'm gonna change it to macOS VT mean Ventura. And also remember to format it into APFS. Now click on erase. Now you click on done. Now you're gonna choose install macOS Ventura. Now you're gonna click on continue. Choose your disk. I'm gonna choose macOS VT disk mean macOS Ventura. Now click on continue. And now I'm gonna wait for the installation completes. So at this point, you're gonna choose UEFI USB disk again or open core. So I'm gonna tap on UEFI disk. Now the next thing is here you can see the macOS installer. So I'm gonna go with macOS installer. Because macOS installer means it is installing macOS Ventura, but it's not done yet. Now, at this point, you're gonna wait for the macOS Ventura setting up something else.
The wolf, she cries at night. A breath had born in the black wind where the shadows lie. Deep inside despair,
Alright, so I'm gonna set up my computer. So at this point, I'm gonna choose my country region. So I'm Vietnam, so I'm gonna choose Vietnam. Now, if you want to sign your Apple ID, you can sign right now, or you can set up later, like me. Now, create your computer account. I'm gonna go with Mac. Now, if you want to enable location services, you can enable, or you can click on enable, like me. Alright, so my macOS Ventura pops up. So I'll say I will do part two, the next part, that how usable is macOS Ventura in 2025. So, but first, let's check my computer. So you can see here my computer is Mac Mini 2018. The processor is 3.6 gigahertz Intel quad core i3. So the next is the graphics card is 630, 16 gigabytes DDR4, and start disk is macOS Ventura. So for more information, I'm gonna go to settings and then check. So I remember when I use macOS Ventura is on the MacBook Pro 2017. So it is the same, but let me scroll down and find. You can see here it is my macOS Ventura disk, and my display is MSI. So I'm gonna push this to 100 hertz. So if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Don't forget to click on the like, sub shares button, and watch my new video as soon as possible. And now, goodbye. I will do part 2, like how usable is macOS Ventura in 2025. Now, goodbye.